Hello everyone. Welcome to Stoic Wisdom today. Growth. We hear that word everywhere, in books, in speeches, in social media quotes. But true personal growth isn't about likes, routines, or career ladders. It's about transformation, the kind that reshapes your mindset, challenges your limits, and builds a better version of you from the inside out. The truth is, growth doesn't knock on your door with a smile and say, "Are you ready?" Growth is not convenient. It's not always exciting. It's not something that just happens. It's intentional. And it demands effort, awareness, and above all, discipline. If you want to grow, if you want to rise, then you must build your life on principles, not mood swings. That's why today we'll break down 6 powerful rules for personal growth and a better life. These aren't just feel-good tips, they're battle-tested truths designed to help you stop surviving and start evolving. Each rule is a choice to stop waiting, a choice to stop shrinking, a choice to start becoming the person you were always meant to be. Let's begin with the very first and most important rule of all. Rule 1. Take full responsibility for your life. This is where everything changes. Responsibility. You can't grow in life if you're still blaming everyone else for what's wrong in yours. The moment you say, "I am responsible," is the moment you take back the keys to your life. Not just for what happens, but for how you respond, how you rise, and how you lead yourself forward. Now let's be clear. Responsibility isn't about guilt. It's not about blaming yourself for things out of your control. It's about reclaiming your power. It means no more outsourcing your happiness to your boss, your partner, your childhood, or your circumstances. Most people live in reaction. They spend their energy blaming and waiting for someone else to change, to fix, to rescue them. But growth doesn't happen in reaction. It happens in creation. When you say, "I'm not waiting anymore, I'm deciding," your mindset shifts. You stop being a bystander in your own story, and you start becoming the architect of your destiny. This doesn't mean everything that happened to you is your fault, but from this moment forward, it is your responsibility to respond with strength. Every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. Every excuse becomes an opportunity. Every obstacle becomes a test of who you are becoming. Ask yourself right now, what area of my life am I avoiding responsibility for? Is it your health, your mindset, your relationships, your habits, your finances, your dreams? That place you're avoiding, that's the arena where your growth is hiding. And until you face it, that part of your life will stay stuck, undeveloped, unfulfilled. Lean into it, own it, because the moment you stop hiding is the moment you step into your true power. Rule 2. Master your mindset daily. Your mindset is your internal operating system. If it's cluttered with fear, doubt, or old programming, everything in your life suffers. No matter how talented you are, no matter how big your goals, if your mind is filled with self-sabotage, negativity, or limiting beliefs, you will crash again and again. That's why mastering your mindset is not a one-time event. It's a daily commitment. You wouldn't let your phone go a week without charging it. So why let your mind go a day without tuning it? Every day, your mind absorbs input from the media, from people, from your past. If you're not intentional, negativity takes root. Doubt spreads like a virus. Fear starts to look like wisdom. Before you know it, you're thinking smaller, living smaller, becoming smaller. That's why you need mental hygiene. Wake up and program your mind before the world does. Read what inspires you, Listen to voices that expand your perspective. Speak affirmations rooted in truth, not fear. Reflect, journal, meditate, pray, if that's your way. Whatever helps you clean the mirror, do it. Because your mind is a battlefield. And the enemy, it's not the competition, not your past, not even your circumstances. The real enemy is that quiet voice in your head that whispers, "You're not good enough, it's too late, you can't do this." And that voice grows louder every time you hesitate, procrastinate, or shrink. But you don't fight that voice with silence. You fight it with truth, with intentional, repeated truth. The kind of truth that says, "I am becoming, I am capable, I will not give up." Train your mind to answer fear with focus, to respond to doubt with direction, to replace hesitation with action. Because when your mindset is strong, no outer enemy stands a chance. Master your mind and you'll master your life. Rule 3. Upgrade your standards, not just your goals. Everyone sets goals, but goals are only half the story. Your standards, that's the part most people ignore. And that's the part that determines everything. Goals are what you want. Standards are what you accept. And you will never rise above what you're willing to tolerate. You can aim for success, but if your standard is to procrastinate, make excuses and settle for just enough, guess what? Your standard will win every time. So the key isn't just to raise your goals, it's to raise your baseline. You don't rise to your ambitions, you fall to your habits. And your habits come from your standards. You have to change the language you speak to yourself. Not, "I hope I can get this done," but, "This is who I am now. I show up, I follow through, I finish." Say it until it's not a mantra, it's your identity. You don't need more motivation. You need stronger self-expectation. An identity that says, "I don't make excuses. I don't tolerate disrespect. I don't shrink to fit in. I act, I move, I lead." Because when you upgrade your standards, your results rise to meet them. Your relationships improve, your energy shifts. Opportunities start to appear because you're no longer someone who accepts less. Ask yourself, what am I tolerating that no longer belongs in my life? Is it a toxic person, a lazy routine, a limiting belief? What behaviors have become normal only because they're familiar? Sometimes, growth isn't about addition. It's about removal, removing the patterns that keep you small. So raise the floor, not just the ceiling. Demand more from yourself, not someday, but now. Because when you raise your standards, your life begins to rise with them. Rule 4. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if you're surrounded by the wrong people, you'll slowly sink. Why? Because environment is everything. You adapt to the energy you're around. Hang around complainers, you start complaining. Spend time with people who doubt themselves, you start doubting your own potential. Live in a space filled with fear, you stop taking bold action. That's why this rule is essential. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. People who speak truth, who live with purpose, who challenge your comfort zone and hold you accountable to your greatness, not your excuses. Audit your circle. Who drains your energy, who empowers it, who brings fear into the room, and who brings fire. Not everyone in your life deserves access to your mind, your goals, or your time. But this isn't about cutting people off with anger. It's about building boundaries with wisdom. It's about choosing who gets proximity to your mission. And if you don't yet have that kind of circle, start building it. Start with books. Start with voices online that elevate your thinking. Start with podcasts, communities, mentors, even if they don't know your name. Because energy attracts energy. And when you walk with warriors, you stop thinking like a victim. You start acting like the person you're becoming. So protect your environment like it's sacred, because it is. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Some people come with doubt, with drama, with distraction. And that's too expensive when you're building your best life. Your circle should challenge you, grow you, and remind you who you truly are. Choose wisely, because who you surround yourself with is who you become. Rule 5, embrace failure as a tool, not a tragedy. Let's talk about failure. A word most people fear, a feeling most people run from. But here's the truth. Failure is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. The only one that never lies. Failure tells you exactly where you need to grow. It doesn't flatter. It reveals. It doesn't destroy. It refines. Every champion has failed again and again. Every breakthrough is built on breakdowns. Every lesson worth learning has a scar attached to it. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the path to it. And yet most people run from it. Why? Because they believe failure says something about their worth. But here's the truth. Failure doesn't define you. Quitting does. Think of failure as feedback. It's not saying you're not good enough. It's saying this is where to aim next. This is where to get stronger. The difference between people who rise and people who stay stuck is that the ones who rise don't take failure personally. They take it as fuel. So the next time you fall, don't spiral into shame. Ask, what did this teach me? What needs to change? How is this preparing me for something greater? Failure grows roots of resilience and wings of wisdom. The more you fall and rise again, the stronger your foundation becomes. Some people will avoid anything difficult just to avoid failing. But what they're really avoiding is growing. So flip the script. Honor failure. Use it. Study it. Let it sharpen you. Because in the end, it's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you choose to rise. Rule 6. Be consistent, even when it's boring, hard, or invisible. Here's where most people stop. Not when things go wrong, not when they fail once, but when progress feels slow, boring, and invisible. You see, it's easy to be motivated on day one. Easy to show up when the excitement is fresh and the results are quick. But true growth, that happens in the shadows, in the quiet, in the early mornings and late nights when no one sees, when no one claps, when it feels like you're putting in effort and nothing's changing. That's the moment that separates the dreamers from the doers. Not talent, not luck, consistency. Consistency isn't glamorous, it's not loud, but it's powerful. Every time you show up, even when it's hard, you build trust with yourself. You say, this is who I am now. I don't need permission. I don't need perfect conditions. I keep going. And that self-trust becomes unstoppable. Think about it. The bamboo plant grows roots underground for years before it ever breaks through the surface. No one sees it. But it's growing deep, strong, ready. Your consistency works the same way. Every quiet rep, every journaling session, every difficult decision to stay disciplined, it's all building something. So don't quit just because you don't see results yet. Your breakthrough is already in motion, but it's only coming if you don't give up. You don't need hype, you need habits. And when you keep your promise to yourself, not once but daily, you don't just make progress, you become the kind of person who doesn't quit. That belief alone can transform your life. Conclusion. Now you've heard them. 6 rules that don't just inform, but transform. Rules that reshape your thinking, reignite your discipline, and reconnect you with your true potential. Because growth isn't measured by trophies or titles, it's measured in peace, purpose, and power. And it's not about becoming someone else, it's about becoming who you were always meant to be. So let's recap. 1. Take full responsibility. No more waiting, no more blaming. 2. Master your mindset. Speak truth louder than fear. 3. Raise your standards. Stop tolerating what holds you back. 4. Surround yourself with fire, people who make you rise. 5. Embrace failure. Use it as fuel, not shame. 6. Stay consistent, even when no one sees, because growth is not a destination. It's a daily decision. To rise again, to believe again, to keep becoming. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. And to keep showing up, even on the hard days. So choose today. Choose effort over excuses, consistency over comfort, and action over waiting. Your life is your masterpiece, and your growth, it's already in your hands. If this message moved you, give the video a like. Drop a comment with the rule that spoke to you the most. Subscribe to Stoic Wisdom today for more powerful videos every week. Your journey is just beginning. Let's grow together. Keep going.